video off, whatever works for you. And if you have any questions, just pop me an email or a WhatsApp after the session and I'll happily answer anything. All right, so as usual, let's get going, sitting nice and tall. You can close your eyes, drawing that awareness inwards. And observe your breath for a moment. Following it in. And following it as it slowly moves out. So there's a slow, steady breath. Just allowing the day that's been to kind of move past you. Move out of you. So if there's been busyness, if there's been frustration, if there's been any anxiety, if there's been kind of like too much on the go, maybe too much emotional turmoil, anything like that, just feel that as you exhale, you can release all of that from you. And as you do that, you should notice that there's already a slight sense of lightness, a bit of space that you create in a way. You're not having to hold on to those feelings, those emotions, those sensations. You can just put them aside for now. And then I'd like you to draw your attention down into your pelvis. Deep into your hips. This evening we're going to be working with the pulse, working with the hips. And I would like you to imagine that pelvic basin. And imagine that your pelvic basin is inhaling and exhaling. Imagine that it feels as if the pelvic basin is just gently expanding, creating more space, and then it's gently releasing again. And as that happens, you notice how there's a little bit more sensation in the lower legs. Okay, and take a moment to set an intention for the practice. And then from there you can bring the palms of your hands together, get your hands really nice and warm. Cup the hands over your eyes, take a deep breath in. And slowly out. And then blink the eyes a few times as you move your hands away, getting used to the light, and you can shake your hands out. Change the cross of your legs. And take it into lower pelvic circle. So we're really going to be focusing on the hip area. So we're going to be bringing ourselves forwards. And as you inhale, you can lean back. So as you exhale, you can bring forwards. And as you inhale, you create some space in that lower pelvic area. Getting a little bit of motion and movement. And then change direction, circling the other way. Lovely. So with this evening, when we're working into the hips and the pelvis, you can invite your body to go as deeply as it would like to go. If there's resistance, then again, remembering that you're just going to back off a little. And inhaling back to the center. Lovely. Inhale, swoop the arms out to the sides, taking them up. Exhale, float them down, imagine pressing down through the water. You do that twice and inhale, allow the breath to fill. Exhale, releasing. Last time. And releasing. Taking the arms on in the elbow, grab hold of the elbow, lift up. And just gently lean over to the left side. So we're opening up through the right side. Inhale back to the center, grab hold of your elbow, opposite elbow, lean over to the right. That's it. Just allowing the side bodies to lengthen. Inhale back to the center, exhale, release. Grab hold of your right hand behind your back. I'm just going to gently hold onto it, onto the wrist, and you need to release the left ear to the left shoulder. So your left hand is holding your right wrist, and your left ear is moving to your left shoulder, opening up your right side. Take 2 more deep breaths into the right side of your neck. And then with an inhalation, bring your head back to the center. Switch hands, hold your left wrist with your right hand. You're just gently drawing that arm across to the right. And then take your right ear to the right shoulder. And breathe into the right side of the left side of your neck. Inhale back to the center. Inhale, interlocking the fingers. Slip your hands behind your head, draw the elbows back. Exhale, bring the elbows towards each other, draw the chin into the throat, tilting the head down. And you can round your back a little here as well. Inhale, lift the sternum, lift the chest, lift the gaze, open the elbows. Exhale, elbows come together around the spine, draw the chin. It's that twice more, so lovely movement. Inhaling, opening up, just like the little buds in spring now. Exhaling, gently closing again. Inhaling, opening. And exhaling, closing. Inhale back to neutral. And exhale, release. Let's come straight down onto lying on our backs. When you come and lie on your back, you can put the knees to your chest first. Make sure you come down slowly with awareness, rolling through the spine. You might feel that as you get down, you just need to do a couple of pelvic tilts back and forth. And then from there, you can draw the knees to the chest. You can have a good squeeze. And it's always lovely to do your Apanasana as you come down to the mat. The energy freeing posture feels so good on the lower back, on that sacral area. It's a lovely massage for the abdomen. Great. All right. If your lower back's been giving you a bit of trouble, keep your left knee bent and the sole of the foot on the mat. If there's no issue with your back at the moment, you can stretch your left leg straight up. We're going to support the right leg with both hands as we do leg circles. So we're going to allow the knee to open up to the right. Push that knee away with your right hand. Draw it across the body a little. Use the left hand to guide it across. Bring it towards the chest. And then again, inhale as you open and you guide the knee away. There's always contact of either one hand or both hands to the leg. Inhaling as the knee opens, send it away from you. Exhaling as you go across the body and you draw it into it. And notice how this feels in your hip socket. And that right hip socket, or whichever one you're working with, doesn't really matter. Change direction, same movement, same leg, just opposite way. Are you able to create a sense of space, lightness in there. Feeling that there's ease. And draw that knee in towards you. Rotate your right foot, working into the ankle joint. And the other way. And then if your left knee is bent, place the sole of the right foot on the mat to join it if both knees are bent, or stretch both legs out into the mat. And take a moment to just compare how your right side feels compared to the left. And then bring your left knee into your chest, give that one a good squeeze. And then start to circle this leg as well. And you might find that this side feels exactly the same as the other side. Very often it feels a little different. So you might find that this one is feeling a little more fluid or movable, or maybe it's the opposite. Like for me, the side's feeling a little stiffer, it's feeling a little more crunchy in this hip. But just noticing, is this the easier side, the more fluid side? Is this a slightly stiffer side? Or are they feeling pretty even, pretty balanced? Great. Hugging that knee in towards you. Changing, did we change direction? I can't remember if we changed direction or not. I'm not sure if I just changed direction and forgot to tell you. But if you haven't changed direction, maybe do a few the other way around. And then bring your knee to your chest. When you're ready, rotate your left foot. A few times in one direction and then a few times the other way. Good. Then you can either bend both knees or you can stretch both legs out into the mat. Wherever they are, sweep the arms behind you. Take a full breath in. And just yawn, sigh the breath out. Sigh the stress of the day away. Great. Bend both knees, soles of the feet onto the mat. Bring the arms up to the ceiling. So the knees are pointing up to the ceiling, fingertips are pointing up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, just going to reach the fingers up so the shoulder blades flare apart and you feel the shoulders lifting off the mat, a little head stays on the ground. Exhaling and the shoulders sink back into their sockets, back down into the ground. Inhale, reaching the fingers up, push down through the soles of the feet without scrunching the toes. Exhaling, the shoulders come back down. So we're doing this twice more. Lovely. And release. This time the hands come onto the thighs. Bring the feet together, knees together. Inhaling, reclined cobbler. Sweeping the arms behind you, allow the knees to spread wide as the soles of the feet meet. You're going to do this dynamically as you exhale, bringing the hands back to the thighs, closing the knees. So you can close your eyes as you do this movement if you're comfortable with it. Yeah, if not, you just observing a spot in front of you. You're moving dynamically with the breath. So as you inhale, the chest is opening, arms are moving back, the hips are opening, there's an openness through the front of the body. Exhaling, gently close. So like I say in our Ujjayi training, we always do kind of like dynamic movements to warm up the body, to prepare the body. And this is why dynamic movements are so lovely. First thing in the morning when the body is a little stiff, just gets everything moving. The next time your arms are behind you and the soles of the feet are together, stay and hold. If it's too much for the lower back or your hips, lift your knees a little and press the sacrum down into the mat. Remember, you're not going to your fullest or your deepest if it doesn't feel right for you. Adjust and adapt so that it's working for your body. And so the trick with gentle yoga is really to listen to that intuitive self. And it usually takes so long to be able to get there. But as long as kind of like each time we check in, we ask, how am I feeling? How's my body feeling? How's my back doing? And you just allow an answer without the mind getting active. Exhale, closing, releasing, and then kind of moving from that space, whatever the body is suggesting or saying or doing, have the knees to your chest. We're going to go to one of my favorite practices, the roly-poly. If it doesn't work for you, please go ahead with a few rounds of your bridge instead to warm up the spine a bit more. So as you inhale, you can take the legs behind you, exhale, as your knees open and you release forwards. Do an expelling breath at the same time to really release and empty the lungs. Make sure you don't smack through your lower back. You really want to roll through each vertebra. Let's do 3 more rounds. On the 3rd round, you can stay up. Hold it there, bring the knees into the chest. Sit up nice and tall. And release. We're going to place the hands alongside our hips. We're going to inhale as we extend both legs out in front, as if we're doing Navasana. Exhale, tap the toes to the right. And that's all. Inhale as we extend. Exhale, tap the toes to the right. Getting a little bit of abdominal strength going here. Again, just a few rounds. This is a really nice sequence, especially in spring that we're going to be doing. It kind of heats up the body in a slow, gentle way and prepares it for our nice main posture that we're going to be holding a little later. Last time. And release. So we're going to be holding it. We're not going to stress out the body too much. We're going to swing the knees out over to one side. We're going to come onto all fours into Chakrabhakasana, our cat stretch. So bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, hip width apart, hands and fingers nice and wide. Spread. Inhale as you open up. Exhale as you round. So you're continuing with your movement. Lovely. Inhale as you tuck under the toes, the spine can be neutral. As you exhale, invite the body up into a very comfortable, easy, nice knee bent downward dog. Maybe cycle the legs a little here. Inhale, coming back down onto the knees. Opening up, exhale, rounding. Inhale back to neutral, tuck under the toes. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Cycling the legs if you want. And again, inhaling, coming back down, opening up, release the toes, exhale around. Inhale, neutral, tuck under the toes once more. From here, inhale, swing your right leg up. Exhale, swing that leg through, bring the back knee onto the mat. Just try and rock forwards and back a little. So we're going to be working into that front hamstring and then working into the back groin. Again, observe how deeply your body wants to go. Might just want to do like a little bit of a movement today. Super. The next time you're forwards, you're going to stay forwards, you're going to hold. We're going to release the toes. If you need something underneath the back knee, go ahead and place something underneath it. Spread your front toes, press down through the 3 points. Like Jennifer often teaches us, the joint of the big toe, little toe in the center of your heel. Inhale as you lift your chest. Bring your hands into your thighs. Now from here, just engage the pelvic floor and just engage the lower abdominals so that you're not collapsing into the lower back. So allow there to be an engagement that you're holding yourself. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach into the fingers, up. And just holding your crescent moon. Very comfortable, easy, not too much of a back bend, just gently opening up into that left groin, pressing down through the sole of the right foot so there's strength in that leg. We're going to bring the right forearm onto that leg and we're just gently going to open up into the side here, side body. That's it. Back to the center. And release the fingertips of your left hand onto the mat. Excuse my back. Inhale, just gently going to twist open to the right. You're going to reach your right fingertips into the ceiling, towards the ceiling. And release that hand back down. Good. Same thing, the other side. Step under your back toes. Inhale, take that right leg up. Exhale, back down. Stay here for a moment to cycle the legs. If you need a little break in the child's pose, go ahead and do so. And when you're ready, when you feel comfortable, that left leg can come up. You need to sweep that leg through. Place the back knee onto the mat. Spread the toes so you can see little pies through each of your toes, the mat. Release the toes, press down to the sole of the left foot. Inhale, bring yourself up. And again, watch that you're not collapsing into your lower back. So engage the lower abdomen. Reach into the fingers, open into your chest. Feeling comfortable, strong, and happy here. Especially since we haven't warmed up that hamstring like I've just realized. We're going to release the hands down, we're going to swing ourselves forward. And we're going to bring ourselves back. Hopefully you guys remember to do that. We'll do it on the side. Sorry, it just shows you where my mind is at. When you've got small little animals and diapers that are needing your attention. And struggles to focus fully. But I know you guys all forgive me, so it's all okay. We all have those kind of days, don't we? And the important thing is that we just show up on our mats, that we literally just come to our mats, we do our yoga, because all I can tell you is that at the end of this hour together with you guys, I'm going to definitely be a lot more balanced and focused than I was when we started. So I do appreciate your patience and your love. Inhale, reach those arms up. We'll go back into that now. Now, doesn't that just feel so much lovelier? Again, another great word. I'm going to Nicolette for some English lessons afterwards. Smooth, comfortable breaths. There we go. Exhaling, release. You can bring that left arm onto your left thigh. Just gently open up to the right. Stretching open to the right. And gently release that hand down to the mat, fingertips to the mat. And then just gentle rotation open to the left. We're not going into a full twist. We're just allowing a little bit of a rotation in the upper body to happen here. And releasing back. All right. Let's go head into a child's pose or Mandukasana, your frog. I think that might be a good place for our brains to recalibrate, at least mine. You can have the arms up in front of you, you can have your hands on your forehead, whatever works. As long as you're comfortable and at ease. All right, so while we're here, being down on the ground is always a lovely way to to ground. Settle the nervous system. You're going to press down through the palm of your left hand so that this arm lifts up. You're just gently going to feed your right arm and then you can place the head back down and you're going to open up. So there's a little bit of a rotation happening here, similar to what we were doing a moment ago in our little lunge. And then release them from the other side of something, the right fingertips, speed, or can't think of the word, thread your left arm through, open up to the right side. And when you're ready, after a couple of breaths here, coming back to the center. Take a moment to realign. Super. And walk yourself back up. Going to stay on our knees for just one more posture. If you need a soft pillow or something underneath your knees, you can do that. Well, one more little kind of like vinyasa. We want to take the right leg out to the right. And all we're doing is sinking into that leg, into that lunge, and back to the center. So we're going to be sinking into that side, and then coming back again. Right. So if you're noticing how you're working into the inner thighs, the inner aspects of the thighs. Before we were working the hamstrings and the groins. Now it's the inner aspects of the legs. All right. So let's stay here. Let's release the right forearm to the thigh. Inhale, reach the left arm up, reach into the fingers, and you can reach across. Holding it here, breathing, feeling comfortable. Lovely. Slip the hand behind your head and just gently draw the elbow back and look up towards that elbow. And on an exhalation, it's as if you're wanting to bring your left elbow towards your right knee. So on the inhalation, just gently opening up. And exhaling, releasing. Once more, inhaling, opening up. Stay here, hold it, breathe, feel the chest, that left armpit. That's so important for us women to create space and openness in this left armpit area, the chest bust area. So feel it, you can release tension and tightness from there. Release that arm, reach it back up, over, press down through your sole, the right foot, and spring yourself back to center. Exhale like this. Lovely. Right, let's work into the other side, and maybe just noticing how those hips feel. And then when you're ready, left leg comes out to the left. As you exhale, you're going to sink into that hip, inhale, straighten again. And you can adjust the distance that this foot is, but generally we don't really want the knee to go over your toes. If your knee is going over your toes, then your stance isn't wide enough, or you're sinking too deep into it. So it doesn't need to be a deep stretch, a deep movement. Just want to notice how you're opening up into the inner thighs. Great. This time when the knee is bent, you can stay there. You can reach that right arm up. And if you want, you can take it over. Holding it here, feeling comfortable and ease. Noticing how the right side of the body is opening up now. Slip the hand behind your head. Inhale as you draw that elbow back a little, looking up to towards that elbow. Excuse me. Exhaling, right elbow towards your left knee. Inhale, opening up, and exhaling, releasing. And doing that twice. This time when that elbow is up and back, you can stay there for a moment. Okay, you can draw the arm up again, over your ear. Feel a stretch through the full right side of the torso, through that armpit. Press down through the sole of the left foot. Inhale, spring yourself back again. Exhale, release. Bring the knees in. And give them a soft rub. But while we're on our knees, we're going to do another posture here, and then we're going to come up standing. So see how this feels, see how it goes. We're going to move into Gomukhasana, the cow face. So you're going to take your right knee across your left. You're going to spread your feet wide apart, and you're going to try and sit between your knees. If this is not a posture for you, leave it out. If you need to sit on the edge of another yoga mat or anything like that, do so. Or if you've got a kind of half do it, then you can straighten your bottom leg and you can just keep your top knee bent in whichever position works for you. All right, so you adjust, you adapt your Gomukhasana, your cow face for where you're at. We haven't done this one in a long time. Feel that you can sink the stingrays down into the ground. There we go. Inhaling, reaching the arms up. Take your right elbow, grab hold of that right elbow and just lift that up and elbow up towards the ceiling. You need to hold it here. For those who practices this, to take that left arm back around and to find a bind, go ahead. Otherwise, if you'd just like to hang out here with me today, we can do that. If you'd like to fold forwards and go deeper into it, if your hips are saying, come on, I want to go a little bit more, I want to feel a little bit further, by all means, you can fold forward safely. If you feel like you just really need to breathe and get more air in and create lightness in your lungs, and staying upright and breathe, create length and space, especially through that right arm. So we can adapt and change and amend our posture so that it works for what we're needing on any given day. I need to ground and be stable, so I'm keeping my posture comfortable and easy. I'm not going to be working with challenging myself too much tonight. I might just push me a little over the edge. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, release. Super. And then we do the same thing on the other side. So you just fold forward, back onto your knees. You can swoop the left leg in front of the right this time. And then you can sink back into your heels. You can use a block to sit on if you need. If it doesn't work for the side, extend your bottom leg. There we go. And then you can do the same thing with the arms. When you're ready, the arms can lift up. You can reach into the fingers, bend the left elbow, grab hold of that left elbow with your right hand. Sit nice and tall, feel the chest open. And if you want to go deeper and further into any variation of your Gomukhasana, by all means do so. Whichever version you're in, feel that you can focus on drawing your lower ribs back into yourself so that you're not falling into the screen, into my arms, but that you're actually leaning back into towards the wall behind you. So the base of your body is stable and strong, upper body is light and open. It's kind of like the two energies meeting at that heart center. This is such a lovely posture to do, to really work into those hips. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, release, let them down. Again, from here, you can come onto your knees, swoop the feet out. And what's usually quite nice to do is even to sit, either move into a plank or a little bit of a downward dog, and to really lengthen and even up. So lift the sitting bones high, keep the knees bent, relax the neck and the head, and then just allow the Bring the feet together actually in this downward dog so that they're kind of like as if you're trying to squeeze your inner thighs together. That's it. Let's walk the hands and the feet towards each other. When they're close enough together, you can slowly curl out of your posture. Bring the neck and the head up last. And lean back to drain the sinuses. Releasing the shoulders. Just going to grab a quick sip. Sorry, I feel like I have a bit of a problem in my throat. Lovely. All right, so what we're going to take ourselves into is the main posture that I'd like us to work with this evening, which is a standing side angle pose. So the hips should be feeling nice and loose, loosey-goosey. You might just want to swing them a little from side to side, be a little bit playful. And then when you are ready, the feet are about stepped out about an inch or so apart, turn the right foot out to the right. And we're just going to see where our legs and feet need to be. So if you want to angle your left toes in a little, you can do that. It doesn't work for my hip. I'm going to keep my foot straight out. And then we're going to bend the right knee. And you do this again a couple of times, like we did when we were on our knees. And see what's right for you. How deep are you wanting to settle into your lunge this evening? Are you feeling like you want to go a little bit deeper? You may need to widen your stance. If your knee is going over your toes already as you do this, you need to widen the stance. All right. So the next time your knee is bent, let it stay there. Keep pressing through your back left foot. So press through the outer edge of that left foot. Feel the instep lifting. Nice, strong postures as if you're in your warrior. Legs are strong. Chest is lifted. Feel as if you're drawing your thigh bones into your hips. So you're sending the energy out to the outside of your left foot, your little toe, but you're drawing the inner thigh up into your hip socket. That's it. So we're drawing the energy up, creating a sense of stability here. You can bend that right elbow, you can rest into that thigh. Watch that as you do that you don't collapse and weaken into your back. Notice how the abdominals are nice and strong. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Reach into the fingers. Exhale, take it a little bit further, a little bit deeper. All right. If your back allows for it and you're comfortable here and you can feel that you've got the abdominal core strength, you're going to inhale and reach your right fingertips towards you. So you're holding yourself steady, stable, and comfortably here. When you're ready, you can release that forearm to the leg. Inhale as you bring yourself back up. Exhale, release. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Bring the feet in, swiveling them the other way, adjusting the angles of the feet. Bending the left knee, sink into the right. Inhale, straighten. Moving dynamically again, making sure that you are comfortable, you've got a good desk distance. Make sure that you're not clenching the mat with your toes. So feel that you're pressing down through the feet into the earth, that you're not holding onto the mat for dear life. Nice. The next time you're in your lunge, stay there. Again, feel that you're able to draw the thigh bones into your hips. Pelvis stable. Chest is lifted. Forearm can rest on the thigh. Inhale, reach that right arm up. Reach into the fingers. Get more length. And then as you exhale, you want to take yourself back. All right. Feel again that the abdominals are strong. The core is holding you. You can reach your left hand forwards towards you, towards the screen. Stability, strength. So you've got the lightness of the upper body, you've got the fire, the core strength from the solar plexus, and you've got the grounding in the legs, stabilizing to all elements working together. Release that arm to the leg, reach that arm up and out, maybe do that a little bit more. Inhale as you come back up. Exhale, release. Work the feet in. We're going to go back to the first side. All right, now you're welcome to go straight into what we've done and to stay there, or if you'd like to go into a bind and go a little bit deeper, I invite you to do that now. So you're going to sink into your right hip. You're going to release the right arm to your thigh. If you'd like to go further and deeper, you can sink deeper into it. You can release that right hand down to the mat. You can swoop that arm underneath that thigh. That top arm you can bend, and you can see if you can find that bind. You can hold onto your fingers. What you want to make sure is that you're not collapsing yourself forward. So bring this elbow, the shoulder up and back. Rather keeping yourself open and not getting the bind than trying to force the bind and losing the integrity of the spine. There we go. You're listening to your body and what it is moving in and coming back up, looking. So let's find the strength and focus, which should give us hopefully a bit more clarity as we work on the other side. So the same thing happens, you sink into your lunge. You bring the forearm into that thigh. If this is where you're staying today, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to go further. If you feel, if your body is craving that, wants to go a little bit more, release that arm down. You can take that arm underneath you. The top arm can bind. Keep the chest open. Watch that you don't collapse yourself forward. So keep yourself nice and open. Breathing is smooth, comfortable. Legs are strong. They're holding you. Feel that you can trust your legs. Feel that you can draw that energy still into the pelvis from that right hip, thigh bone, left thigh bone into your hip sockets. That's for lovely, strong, stable legs. And then release the bind. Inhale. Bring yourself up. Turn your feet in. Walk your feet in and out towards each other. If you've got a wall, I really love doing the half a forward bend with the wall. If you don't, just take yourself into a full forward bend. But if you do have a wall, go towards it. Walk your buttocks back, find a nice long spine. Feet can either be together or hip width apart. And 4 slow, long, deep breaths here. There's absolutely no rush. You're bringing everything back into neutral, back into alignment with this half a forward bend. So we've been working asymmetrically, so we're just taking ourselves into a nice symmetrical posture. Noticing how the right side of the body feels compared to the left. And you can release, you can walk your feet towards the wall, or if you're not at a wall, you're uncurling, looking up towards the ceiling for a moment. A little bit of a cobra back bend here. Fantastic. All right, so we're going to come down to our mats. We're going to do a little bit of pranayama. And then we are going to take it into relaxation. Sorry, that's a mosquito. All right, I'll come a little closer to the screen actually, so that you can hear me better. So for our pranayama, we're going to do it seated, but you can grab hold of your socks and anything that you need. You can have those nearby, or you can put those on even, and you can put a jersey on if that's what you're needing. Dear. Right, so for our pranayama practice, we're going to keep it nice and comfortable and simple today. Sitting nice and tall, plain old Ujjayi breathing. So you can close your eyes when you're ready. You're going to take the attention to the pit of the throat, and you're going to listen to the soft rasping sound that you create in that space. So it feels as if you're sucking the air through a straw, through the throat. And it feels as if you're breathing out through that same straw from the pit of the throat. So it's not a nasal sound, the sound is coming from the throat. You are going to try and keep your jaw relaxed as you do that. And you're just going to count the length of your inhalation, and you're going to count the lengths of your exhalation. And you're not going to force or change the breath in any way. You're just going to notice how and when your inhalation wants to become a little longer. And if, how, and when your exhalation chooses to do the same. Again, there's no wrong way of doing the practice. And you might find that at some point the breath needs to become a little shorter again, and that's absolutely fine. And at some point it might want to get even longer. So you're just noticing, you're not actually manipulating the breath this evening. You're just a silent observer. 3 more rounds. After your 3 rounds, those 3 breaths, you're going to allow yourself to come and lie down. So without disturbing the body too much, just come and lie on your back. If you want to have your legs straight out, you can do that. If you need to have your knees bent, you can have your knees bent. And as you lie there, you're going to allow yourself to surrender. So you can start off by allowing the eyes to close, and if that feels right, and to let the head loll from side to side. If it's uncomfortable to close the eyes, just kind of gaze forwards ahead or ahead a little. And then you bring your head back to the center, make tight fists of your hands, reach your hands down towards your feet, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, relax and release. Flex the feet, tighten the thighs, tighten the buttocks, squeeze as much as you feel necessary. And as you exhale, relax and release. Inhale deeply, allow your breath to fill your lungs. And exhale, let the breath go. Inhale, filling the breath, filling the lungs with the breath. Exhale, sighing the air out. Once more, inhale deeply, fully allow your whole body to expand. And then just allow the breath to release, letting go. Again, you allow your physical body to surrender to the ground. You're noticing your legs, your lower body relax. The pelvis, the hips, the spine and the back relax. Your arms and your hands soften. And there's a gentle length through the back of your neck as you release and soften the head back into the mat. Your whole physical body relaxing and releasing. Take your attention down into your pelvis. And like we did right at the beginning, imagine that pelvic basin. And imagine that pelvic basin breathing you. So as you inhale, it feels as if the breath is moving into the pelvis. And the pelvis is expanding. And as you exhale, the pelvis is pulsating closed again. So even though there's not much physical, actual movement, it's just using the mind to visualize, to imagine, and to imagine the space. Creating space on the inhalation and feeling that you're able to release and let go with your exhalation. Soft, slow, steady breath. Smooth, comfortable pulsation in that pelvis. And imagining your awareness shifting down to the soles of your feet. And as you inhale, imagine that you're drawing that earth energy up the inner aspects of your legs, like the inner seam line of your pants, all the way up through the groins, through the hips, into the pelvis. Feeling the pelvis expand, and as you exhale, again, it feels as if the pelvis is just gently contracting and releasing. So as you inhale, you're drawing that lovely, red, strong, healthy earth energy up your legs into the pelvis, expanding. And with the exhalation, there's a letting go, a releasing. Continue with that visualization for a few more breaths. Allowing yourself to feel strong, grounded, rooted, and beautifully balanced. For now, nothing to do, nowhere to go. Allowing the breath to breathe you. Noticing how full, how stable, how grounded you feel. And you're just slowly going to release that visualization. Realizing that you can tap into it at any point in time. You know that the stability you can take it into your evening, into your kind of bedtime routine with you. Allowing this strong evening earth water energy to surround you, to nourish you, to nurture you. And really, really bring your awareness to your heart center. Breathe a little deeper. And just the rise and fall of your chest. Allowing your body to wake up from the inside out. When you're ready, you just rub the thumbs along your fingertips, waking up your hand. And you wiggle your toes, waking up your feet. You can stretch your arms out behind you and yawn if you want to, stretching diagonally through the body, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg. Arms one way, legs the other. Take a nice deep breath in. When you're ready, you can let go. You can bring your knees to your chest. You can give them a lovely squeeze. If you need to rock from side to side, if your body needs that, go ahead and do so. Eventually, just roll onto your right side. When you're ready, place your left hand in front of your chest. Push up with that hand. Come up into a seated position. So that you can bring your hands into a mudra of your choice. You can just rest them on your lap. Take a moment to acknowledge 3 things that you're grateful for today. And with that acknowledgement, draw the palms of your hands to your heart center. Tip your head, take a moment to acknowledge the amazing, awesome, superhuman being that you are. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and lift your gaze. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thanks, guys, for being here. Hope you had an entertaining session, if nothing else.